Hello, Rob. We're back with cat astrology. Go to chapter 2. I believe it's Taurus. Taurus kitten. These pages are all falling out. The Taurus cat, the Glumping Gourmet. I would be a Taurus cat if I was a cat. I am Bobcat, so maybe I am ruled by Venus, planet of love and harmony. The Taurus cat is the blunderbuss of the zodiac. The cat born under this sign will make you wonder where he was at when they were handing out gracefulness, the ability to land on their feet, etc. to other cats. He's born for a living, that's easy. Why he then manages to make things so hard for himself is a mystery, for Taurus is forever getting in his own way. Your Taurus cat is the one who not only dashes right in front of you when you're carrying 2 grocery bags, a pursuit, a purse, and a new hanging plant, but tries to take a shortcut between your feet in mid-stride. Taurus is the cat that sleeps near the edge of the bed, gives a slow, luxurious stretch, and then disappears over the side like a car over a cliff. He'll land on the floor with a thump, shake his head as if to say, "What happened?" and lurch to his feet, no worse the wear, thanks to his considerable padding. He'll also be one to somehow put his foot on the edge of the wicker basket while he's getting in such a way that it flips over and imprisons him. If you've begun to see in this poo the solid black amber-eyed 15-pounder you picked up at the animal shelter when he was but a tiny comma of fur, read on. Pooh asks to be let out. Then, when you open the door, he'll take one step at a time, rubbing his cheek against the door frame, again and again while you wait impatiently to get back to the TV mystery movie. Taurus is a slow thinker. It takes him a long while to decide on where he's going. Besides, when he does something, he likes to savor every moment. We've all seen this type of cat saunter along as if he had years to get where he's going, blinking in the sun, enjoying its warmth on his back. Taurus rarely gets a nervous breakdown. Physically, the Taurus cat is usually large and fat and lazy and slow, sturdy, compact, and heavy. Even if he doesn't quite measure up to all of that, he'll have a plump and low undercarriage. Stand Pooh up and he'll resemble an eggplant. His neck is short and thick. His chest a strong barrel. His coat is smooth and shiny as enamel paint. His eyes are round and sometimes staring, the nose pushed in, the muzzle broad. His whiskers are short but wiry and plentiful. His legs, especially the hind ones, will be thick and powerful, and he will have a slow, plodding walk, often with a swagger to it. Your Taurus cat may carry such a pouch of blubber under his waist till it will swing as he walks along. He is inclined to overindulgence. A well-set floor is appreciated by the Taurus cat. We know of another great big Taurus cat who always sits in the big china platter on the middle of the dining room table Thanksgiving Day, purring in happy anticipation of his rightful share of the roasting turkey. There he is, bruv, right there. Taurus is sensuous and loves his creature comforts, his fuzzy sweater on a chilly day, his plump strawberry pillow. Pooh is always interested in what it is you're eating. When he sees you with a snack, he comes right over, purring his low, rumbling purr, sort of like tiny thunder before the storm. He sticks his face right into yours as if to ask, "What's that?" Newspapers are always running photos of Taurus cats noshing on corn on the cob birthday cake, ice cream, slices of cantaloupe. For Taurus is a real gourmet. Pooh will even bring home treats for himself, such as an occasional seasonal grasshopper, which are to cats what shrimp are to humans. He'll race into the bathroom, jump into the bathtub, and there crunch away. What the significance of the bathtub is to cats for eating snacks and storing toys is not yet clear. Perhaps it's sort of a walk-in plate to them. Taurus cats have also been known to eat other insects, usually caught in a window. Too gross to mention here. Not a very healthy habit. Something else is a bit mysterious about Pooh. By day, he walks around softly as though wearing sea-width sneakers. But at night, shortly after you've retired, he will suddenly gallop with wild abandon up and down the house, sounding like a stampeding buffalo. We asked the veterinarian how it is that a cat which weighs 10, 12, 15 pounds and has such soft padded feet can suddenly sound as if he weighed half a ton and had grown hooves. The candid reply was, I don't know. There's no explanation for it. Unless, of course, you believe that Taurus in your cat's chart is responsible. If you're looking for an intellectual companion, quite frankly, this is probably not the cat for you. Taurus cats are not exactly the whiz kids of the zodiac. Pooh will fall asleep while you play chess, while a Gemini cat would be right in there kibitzing, hardly able to control his excitement, while patting with a paw the next piece you should move. On the other hand, Taurus operates from the gut level of instinct and won't be left behind in the race for the really important things in life. It will be Pooh who first dashes up when the groceries enter the house, still shaking the sleep from his face. Somehow he knows there's a slice of liver wrapped in cellophane and plastic in there for him. The Taurus cat loves his creature comforts. He will gauge quite accurately when you have settled down for an evening to read, watch TV, or needlepoint so he can collapse rather like a dynamited building with a happy sigh into your lap, a bowl of milk, a plate of chopped kidney, and the beside him in the living room is his idea of paradise enough. Pooh could write a book on the joys of sleeping. Taurus cats pick the softest, most comfortable places to nestle in, the well-worn, handmade, and deliciously stuffed comforter, while Aries will pick the most inaccessible spot, and Leo the coat with a label. He'll enjoy the very act of sleeping, too, the way the most finicky gourmand enjoys a fine meal. First a spell of relaxing, curved in a ball, then a good roll and stretch into a swan dive position, paws braced against the headboard of the bed, then a long snooze on the back with all four legs in the air. It would be unusual to find a Taurus cat with insomnia. Cats, by the way, do snore. Taurus cats have the strongest tendency to do so. It often sounds like a small, squeaky pulley. The first time you hear your cat snore in your room in the dark in the middle of the night, it can scare the wits out of you. Many Taurus cats are home on the range cats. A black one we know of, named Puka, sleeps right above the pilot light in the middle of the stove with a burner as a pillow. Another, a Siamese, does the same and has turned almost as solid brown as a Burmese from the constant toasting. Being sensualist, Taurus cats may also appreciate the cool smoothness of the bathroom sink on a hot, humid summer day, thereby, of course, preventing a human from washing his hands. It is difficult to get Taurus to change his habits. Routine is his middle name, and he will be confused if you change his feeding place, his bed, his schedule. If you must move, be sure to take along all his favorite furniture, and you might even try the old butter on the paws routine to get him settled in. With cats, when all else fails, try superstition. And this is an old one. Putting butter on a cat's paws and getting him to lick it off is a way of settling him into a new home, presumably because such action is a contented one. Pardon. It is not the easiest thing in the world to get your Pooh's attention. You can call, "Here, Pooh," from now until gasoline prices go down, and he won't appear. Sometimes, even if he is in sight, he won't move. He'll sit there and continue to study the dust motes falling down a shaft of sunlight. The way to do it is to pick up his dish and walk toward the refrigerator, or open the door to the outside. He'll be there in a flash. Taurus cats are not proud the way Leo cats are, but they do have a very deep-seated vanity. Pooh, at his worst, will do terribly insensitive things to the other cat or cats he lives with. He can be a bully, walk up and bump another cat out of his favorite sleeping place, to which the other cat has every territorial right, or his favorite bird-watching windowsill, just to see what it's like to possess it for himself. Taurus is earthbound and very dependent on his humans. He'll be uncomfortable if put on a pedestal, and would rather be snuggled in your lap looking up at you. I don't like to be put on a pedestal. He will dash up and gobble another cat's food, no matter if they protest. Taurus is thick-skinned. Pooh will be placed in almost a bovine way, it's true, but when things have gone too far, watch out. Many an unmannerly dog has pushed his luck too far with a seemingly dumb and defenseless Taurus cat, poking him with his nose, dumping him over a time or two, barking and jumping around Pooh, who continues to lumber on up the walk. But when he has enough, the dog will likely carry a permanent tic-tac-toe game etched on his hide. The winning score will be Pooh's. Taurus cats are cuddly and affectionate. They love having the tops of their heads rubbed, to be petted and carried about. They are generous with reciprocal gestures of their own, being vigorous leg wipers, cheek rubbers, face patters. Sometimes, if you haven't paid enough attention, the Taurus cat will come up from behind and shove the back of your legs with his front paws, as if to say, "Hey, did you forget I'm here, bruv?" Above all, they love to snuggle up close when you're resting. Taurus is very dependent on his human, almost obsessive. From the time Pooh is a little kitten, he will hate to be left alone in the house. Even if you explain that you must go out for groceries or you'll both starve, you'll return to find he's had a tantrum. The roll of John paper is unwound and festooned through most of the second floor. 2 boxes of Kleenex are efficiently shredded. All your African violets are decapitated. Next time you'll call and have things delivered. The Taurus cat manages to get itself spoiled. If he has 2 humans, he makes one reject him so the other will spoil him to make amends. Very often the Taurus kitten was already spoiled when you got him. It's best to bring a Taurus last into a household of pets, or get him a companion when you bring him in. If another cat comes later, Pooh may feel rejected and jealous. The male Taurus cat can take forever to grow up. He will be kittenish and playful for years. Pooh makes a good country cat. He prefers the slower pace and being closer to nature. If he likes to dig in the garden, don't fight it. This is an earth sign. While Pooh will have absolutely no memory of how he became a father, both sexes make patient and devoted parents. A Taurus mother cat will sit for hours on end and allow her kittens to tumble all over her, bite her ears, and pretend her tail is a dangerous boa constrictor. People who live with cats often wonder why a cat with clack and chatter and chuckle will clack and chatter and chuckle when it sees a bird fly by. This is especially typical of Taurus cats, for to Pooh, birds are little flying pizzas. If you saw a sausage, cheese, and anchovy pizza whizzing by in the air, you'd chatter and chuckle too, bruv. Mice are mobile pork roast to a Taurus cat, and if there's a pet white mouse around, it's high on Pooh's gourmet menu. So are chameleons, goldfish, parakeets, and hamsters. Another thing about cats, Taurus cats, they're very practical. They will stroll into a room and ask a stranger, "Who are you, bruv?" And they are usually very perceptive in choosing a human who will expect little of them and give them a home where they can be indulged. In return, as one person who lives with the aforementioned Puka and 2 other cats says, it's the Taurus cat that provides me with a lot of conversation, a lot of funny stories to tell. Most compatible humans, Scorpio and Cancer. Compatible dogs, Taurus usually ignores them and will be long-suffering of indignities, but only to a certain point. Then he will begin to snort, lay his ears back flat along his head, and bellow terrible frets. The dog in question is either not playing with a full deck or is suicidal not to leave for Alaska immediately. Games, the perfect sleeper, watch my plate get clean. Names, a lot of black and white cats are born under this sign. Names such as Panda, Penguin, Tuxedo, etc. are appropriate. Since Taurus cats are usually amusing characters, they also do well with names from comic strips such as Charlie Brown. Sweet names like Jam are also good. If, like one Taurus cat, yours arrived in the household at tea time and someone remarked he's as black as the blackberry jam. Other good names for Taurus cats are Hobbit, Joe, Blob, Bum, Fat Albert, and Buchu. Pooh can return in his next life as anything from a gourmet chef or food critic to a gigolo, depending on the moral guidance you give him. You cretin, you. Goodbye, brobs. That's all.